Hi, my name is Zoe here at Moana Lane. I'm here to talk to you about gardening in the late summer and fall. We're here to keep your garden thriving, even with the hot temperatures and drought. We have some interesting factors to contend with here in the high desert, but with a few tips from our experts and Moana-made nutrition, we can keep your garden looking healthy and happy into the fall. The first thing you're going to want to do this time of year is feed your plants. Feeding your plants going into fall with our nutritious Moana-made fertilizers will help them thrive and keep that green foliage that you expect from Moana nursery plants. And we have both organic options and just a regular option, depending on what you're using it for. Organic is a great plant food for your vegetable garden and other plants that you may be eating. And then we have our all-purpose non-organic plant food that you can use for every plant in the garden. It's important to feed your plants going into fall because it will help them keep a thriving root system and help them keep blooming as long as they can. Our plant foods are designed to help keep your plants from scorching under our hot desert sun. They include ingredients that make them much gentler than your typical fertilizers on the shelf. Fertilizing paired with our compost tea will help build thriving soils. The best soil is going to be soil that's alive. So our compost tea includes beneficial microbes and mycorrhizae that both provide nutrition for your plants and help your plants uptake the nutrients from the soil. Supporting that relationship between the soil and your plants is a really important thing this time of year when things are drying out and we have a lot of heat stress and drought stress. Fun fact, mycorrhizae form fungal networks in the soil that help connect the soil to the roots of your plants and help make your plants happy. You get soil health bonus points for mulching under your plants. 2 to 3 inches of mulch on bare ground covering the root systems of your plants are going to help retain moisture and help prevent erosion. Mulches such as our soil building conditioner that we offer here are going to help break up the clay-rich soils that we have here in the high desert. By mulching 2 or 3 inches on top of your soils, it can help the soils retain moisture and help nutrients make it all the way down to the roots and not just get stuck in that top layer. Another quick tip is when you're mulching your garden, you're going to want to run your irrigation system afterwards. This will help you make sure that the water is reaching the roots and you aren't just saturating that layer of mulch. A quick tip about mulching in your garden is you're going to want to make sure that the mulch is spread evenly, about 2 to 3 inches across, and you're going to want to keep it away from the trunks of your trees, the stems of your plants. Give it some breathing room where the mulch isn't pressed up against your plant. Speaking of irrigation, proper irrigation is a really important part of gardening this time of year. I have a few top tips for you regarding watering in your garden. The first thing you're going to want to do is water early. Watering earlier in the morning helps reduce water loss to evaporation in high heat and bright sun. Watering in the morning also helps with preventing leaf scorch due to water sitting on your foliage and causing a sunburn effect. My second tip for you for watering is to water deeply. If you can lower the flow of your hose and go slow, that's going to be the best option for your irrigation needs this time of year. We get a lot of hydrophobic soil when things dry out too quickly and too much. So if you slow down your watering and let it percolate down through the soil, you're going to avoid having any runoff or water loss. The third thing you're going to want to do in your garden this time of year to ensure proper irrigation is to check the moisture of your soil. The easiest way to do this is just to stick your fingers in the soil, see how wet it is, look for any dry patches, look for any really wet patches, look for inconsistency in watering throughout your garden. You're going to want to walk around and stick your fingers in potted plants, in the lawn, in any area that you have your irrigation system set up in. Sometimes we get clogs in our emitters, or a line breaks, or there's some other sort of system issue for our irrigation. So by doing this soil moisture check, it'll give you an opportunity to find those issues and address them before your plants start to dry out too much. If you have shallow moisture in your soil and it's not reaching deeply, you may want to split your irrigation cycle into 2 cycles. This will give water a chance to soak all the way in and reduce runoff and get a deeper soak for your plants to get water all the way to their roots. So finally, your garden is fed and watered. The final thing you can do to help keep it looking its best is do some light pruning and some deadheading. I get a lot of questions every day about how to properly deadhead a plant and what is the appropriate way to do that, what plants like it, what plants don't. The most important thing you're going to need for deadheading is a sharp pair of pruning shears. It's good to clean these off before you're using them, just to make sure you're not spreading any disease or anything like that around your garden. I like to have a pretty small pair because when you're just cutting small spent flowers, it's easier to manage these guys. When you're deadheading, you're gonna want to take your plant. Here we have a lovely cone flower that has some spent flowers on it. And the best way to deadhead is to cut about 1/4 of an inch above the last healthy growth or the last leaf or stem. And to do that, you're going to do that at a little bit of an angle and just lose the spent flower there. Annuals and perennials alike are going to benefit from deadheading. So here we have our annual geranium. These guys definitely do a lot better when they are deadheaded. So if we take off these spent flowers, they're going to have an opportunity to come back and produce more blooms and redirect energy from seed production to producing more blooms for you in the fall. For any type of pruning this time of year, you're going to want to keep it kind of light. So heavy pruning this time of year can add stress to already stressed plants. You have water stress and drought stress and heat stress and all those things. So if you can avoid any large pruning projects on your trees or your shrubs, that's for the best. Of course, if it's a safety issue and you have a branch hanging over your driveway, go ahead and take care of that. Another note about pruning this time of year is that some plants, some perennials, they like to be cut back in the fall, but you're going to want to take care not to cut back against the crown of the plant. That is where the roots meet the stem, and you don't want to damage that part of the plant. Armed with these tips and Moana-made nutrition, you're sure to be able to keep your garden looking its absolute best going into fall. And I hope that you are excited to get out in your garden and put some of these tips to the test. If you have any questions, come see us at any of our locations and we'd be happy to talk to you about your garden.